Hey guys, Amplified Car Audio here, doing my first requested video today. We are going to be going over my charging system and my power wires, how I ran them, and how they hook to the amp, and all of that good stuff. So stay tuned. Alright, so we're going to start off up here on the front, under the hood. We've got the alternator. That's where everything really starts. We've got the alternator here. It's a 250 amp alternator made by PowerMax USA. And basically I have the big threes, they call it, but I've got a lot extra. I've got a whole bunch of extra grounds that I put on here because I was having a lot of resistance. I've got grounds going from here down to the unibody chassis down there, from here over to the fender, and then from the fender to the battery, and the battery down to my block, and then I've even got another one way back there underneath going from my firewall to my block, just to try and get some good ground. So I've got my two runs of 1/0 that go to the back. These are both power. I know one of them is black. It was originally set up as one power and one ground, but I decided to go with two power wires. I've only got one power wire going from my alternator up to my battery here. I know I've only got one here, so kind of defeats the purpose, but I can't get any more onto the back of the alternator right now. I need to make something else. So pretty much with multiple batteries on a 12 volt system, to keep it 12 volts, you want to go positive to positive and negative to negative, and you'll be good. So now with my system, I've got these two runs of some big, decently good sized 1/0 cable going through the car. So when I did this system, I took the entire interior out. If you check out my other videos, you'll see that. And I ran underneath the carpet in the middle and up the back here. They come down here, right out here. And these are the two wires right here. So they're both positive coming from up front to charge these batteries. What this system is doing is basically just charging the batteries. I mean, you can disconnect these two wires. I can disconnect my grounds, my back battery grounds right here from my chassis, and just have my amps hooked up to the batteries with a positive and negative, and it'll work. I just won't be charging the batteries, so they'll eventually die. So how I have it, I have the two runs coming from up front, one goes to the positive on this battery, the other one comes across here, goes to the positive on this battery. Now I've got over here in the corner, this is the post that my spare tire used to mount to. I'm using that for my battery grounds back here. And I have three of them. One goes to this battery, which is right up here. And then I have another one that goes to this battery. Actually, I have two that go to this battery over here. And then I have another one just jumping from this ground to this ground, and from this ground to this ground. And that grounds everything in series here. And then for the power, I've got the two powers coming in right here and right here, and then I just have this one right here that jumps this one, and then I have another one in the back that goes around and jumps to this, and then over to here. Basically all this is doing is just connecting them all, kind of like how some people will use a bus bar to go across it and connect them all. They'll turn their batteries the other way and they'll connect them all, and this is basically just doing the same thing but with cable. Another thing too is some people, they will run their power wires and everything under the vehicle, and I guess it really just depends on how many runs you're doing and what your firewall looks like. It really depends on the vehicle. Some vehicles you can get the wire in through the firewall, get it underneath the carpet like I did with just the two runs, but you know, some people are running 5-10 runs of wire going all the way back, and they have to put it underneath, and in that case, you know, you really don't have a choice. I was going to do that, but I decided to just do it inside the vehicle, keep it out of the elements, and it worked out pretty good. Now for connecting up the amps, it's fairly simple. It's just positive and positive, negative and negative, like always. The main thing is connecting the battery bank up. And it's just, you just remember, positive, positive, negative, and negative. Don't cross any of them and you'll be good. And I know I don't have any fuse holders or any fuses on my runs going from my battery to my amp. But really, I feel like fuses are just for chassis grounding. If a wire, you know, rubs down and the casing rubs down and it ends up touching bare metal, you know, I have the fuses here and here, and then I have another one on in the front on each side. Come up here. I got my other two right there for this side in case anything happens.